It's time for me to tell you my favorite market out of all. Can you guess? Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back to Yanli Gifts. My name is Wamoyo and this is Yanli Gifts. I got into 2026 with a calm feeling, very beautiful feeling. So I'm looking forward to a year that is successful, beautiful crafts. I have so many ideas for this year. I want to try again and do things differently. But one thing that is going to be constant this year, as it has been in the previous years, that's 2025, 2024, and 2023, is that I'll keep on doing the markets. And in today's video, I want to do a market recap of 2025. So let's get into it. And before that, let me tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this top that I made last year. This I made for the Osona Yarn Festival event. I used AC Crochet tutorial. She has a pattern also, I think, on Etsy and her website, but Etsy, I'm sure that's a written pattern, but she also has a free tutorial on her YouTube. I used the tutorial. It's a very easy to make cardigan or open top, whichever you call it. The yarn that I used is Seagull, and I did single strand using a hook size 4mm. A lot of people, when I tell them that, they doubt that you can do Seagull with a 4mm hook. You can. It does get out very neat and firm nicely. It's good. Here I am making a pullover for a baby. That's what I'm doing now. So let's get back into the video of the day. Today, I just want to talk about the markets of 2025. I am going to share lessons that I learned. And at the end of this video, I'm also going to tell you my favorite of them all. Okay, so let's go. January 2025 was the year I decided to get very intentional. I started the year with a physical shop. Yes, after doing markets in 2024, I thought, because I was doing markets like once a month or sometimes once every 2 months, I need a place where I can be easily accessed, more accessed. And to be honest, my goal was to increase sales by having a location where people can come Monday to Friday and for the rest of the time that I'm not in the market and be able to buy my merchandise. I had accumulated a lot of stuff because doing market once a month or twice or once every 2 months leaves me to make a lot because I knit and crochet every day. So I started the year with a physical shop, and this physical shop was at my other shop where I sell motorcycle safety gear. So Yanli Gift and Throttle were sharing the same space. But let me tell you guys, the reality was this did not work. And the reason why it did not work is because most of the clients that I have in my other business are people who come specifically to buy motorcycle safety wear. And so they would walk into the shop and wonder, what's happening? Why do we have this? Majority did not know I crochet and knit. So they would come and find a whole wall with crochet stuff and knitted stuff. And I started getting questions like, are you okay? Are things okay? And the bold ones would tell me, this combination doesn't work. This combination doesn't work. And I realized that that particular arrangement was also diluting the brand, the Throttle brand, which is a very strong brand. And I never wanted to go that way. So by February, I knew I need to start getting myself back into the market. And so I signed for my very first market, which was Bloom Market. That's the name they used. And this market was going to be, or was, at, I think, Rudolph School in Karen. That's on Gong Road. just before you get to the current shopping center roundabout, somewhere there. And I signed up for that market. The way the market was presented to us, how the marketing was done, it sounded promising. One, because it was in an international school. Secondly, is because the community of the school or the parents of the school had been told, or what, so we were made to believe, that they were informed about the market, and so they would be coming for the market, them plus their family members and friends. And thirdly, because it was a mix of organic farmers market and craft. So it sounded very promising and I signed up. But whoa. The cost for that market was Kenya shillings 3,500. And let me tell you guys, it was premium tiers. Just premium tiers and school fees paid. We got to the market. The venue, the location where they set up the market was beautiful. It was where the school uses as a dining area, all open sides, but sheltered at the top. And it was beautiful, 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 no doubt about that. Shock on us when we were told that, I don't know who was responsible. I don't know whether it was the school responsible for announcing that there will be a market to the parents. I don't know. But we were told that that message never got to the parents. The announcement of the market, the farmers market, was never done. And to add on to that, the school was on midterm holidays. So there was nobody. I sold absolutely zero after paying 3,500 for a market that was meant to start at 10 o'clock and end at 3 o'clock. Let's go to March. What happened in March? So in March, I had signed up, sometime in January, I signed up for the Nairobi Street Food Festival. And the reason why I signed up for this market is because when I saw it being advertised online, I think I saw it as a sponsored post on Instagram. When I went to do the research of the market, I saw that they pull a crowd. People are happy with the event. People do come. And in fact, they are tagged in a lot of people's reels and TikToks. And I used that information to sign up. One question I did not ask myself is, will the people coming, the people happy with the event, convert to buyers of my product? Of my product. I never asked myself that question. So in January, I had decided that for Yanni Gift, I want to venture into larger items, the blankets and the wearable, especially the wearables. So by March, I had made a number of sweaters and sweater vests and blankets. So basically, a lot of my stock was large items. And that is what I took to an event that is about drinking, eating, and partying. An event where the biggest handbag is usually swallowed by the armpit because all it carries is a phone, a lip balm, and yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. And nobody is coming there to buy bulk things. Nobody wants to party with bags of shopping. So whatever sells in such events, and it's not just Nairobi Street Food Festival, it is actually any other themed event that attract markets, pop-up markets. So if you're going for that one, you're going for events that are themed for a particular thing. That's the thing that brings people. So you need to know what you can sell to them. I never thought about that. So again, I had a few small items like scrunchies, headbands. I even had beanies, sold none, but at least scrunchies sold. So that's a lesson I learned in March from that. Don't attend any of those events that are geared to a particular thing with the intention to sell anything. April. So in April, I did not have any pop-up market, but that's the time now I started thinking, well, the shop is not working. with all the feedback I had gotten from people, and also looking at the sales I had made at the shop. I think I had sold about 4 items at the shop. I knew that was not working. And it was time now to think how to proceed. One thing that I knew is that I needed to get Yarnly Gift out of that shop to ensure that Throttleware maintains its brand strength and I am not confusing my clients in that business. So I told myself, I'm moving things back home. I'm converting that space into the Throttleware display, and I am now looking to get back into the market. Prior to this, I had not thought of daily markets, like not daily. Prior to this, I had not done any weekly markets, like weekly meaning this market happens every weekend. Neither had I really thought about it, but I started thinking about now venturing into weekend markets because I was feeling, not just feeling, from the experience of 2024, where I did markets once every 2 months, or if lucky, once a month. I knew that I was making more than I was selling, and people were quickly forgetting me because they see me at the end of this month and they don't see me again. And if they're lucky, they will see me after maybe another 1 month or more. So I started thinking of how to get into those weekly organic markets and started looking at which markets are there. One popular market is Organic Farmers Market, which happens at Karen, Marula Lane, and they also have another one in Kilimani Primary. So I started knocking the doors into that market. But come May, I signed up for a Mother's Day market. This was such a beautiful market. So the cost to this market was zero. I was fortunate to get a space without paying anything. Now, this market came with a lot of lessons. One, it was hosted in a hotel, and not just a hotel, a 4-star hotel. It was hosted at Pride Inn Hotel in Westlands. I've never, ever heard of a hotel host such a pop-up market. This is my first. It has remained my first. Now, the lessons that I learned and the experience I had was very good. First, we sold. We really sold. I cannot say we didn't sell. We sold. But what did we sell? So that if you hear of another market, Mother's Day market, that is designed like this one, you jump for it. The fact that it was held in a venue that was offering a Mother's Day brunch was really helpful to us being able to sell. Why? Mother's Day are celebrated by the entire family. So people take their moms out for brunch, and that includes the children of the mom. If they have their own families, they come with their wives and husbands and their children, so the grandchildren are there. And sometimes they're cousins, sometimes they combine like 2 families. So one mother's treat can bring about 10 to 15 people and different generations. So we had children, we had teenagers, we had millennials, we had Gen Zs, we had Gen X, we had grandma and grandpa. So as people were looking for gifts for their moms in the pop-up market, they were also looking for gifts that were fit for their children. And so we really sold. It did help. So this year, if you hear of a Mother's Day market that is set up near an event, not an event, that is set up near a family outing area where people will bring their mothers, families will be gathering. If there's a market like that one, jump for it. It works. And the other lesson I learned is that don't leave any stocks at home. Carry everything because you'll have all the generations. The next market I signed up for was the Jockeys Club, and I think that was in June, I think so. Another premium tiers, like events and markets, you just have to be very careful. So the Jockeys Club market was combined and is always combined with the race, the horse race. People come there for horse racing and party. In fact, they have an after event party time, which starts like 5 o'clock, 5:30. And that time, people know it's music and booze. Let me tell you, the cost to that market was 5,000. No, 4,000. I paid 4,000 for my table. And I only sold one scrunchie for 300. So lesson again, events. Please look at the event, who is coming, why they're coming, and what they're likely to buy. I once again went to that event with my blankets, my sweaters, my everything. But even the smaller items that I had learned sell, the scrunchies, did not sell. Imagine. In the same month, I was still pushing for the organic farmers market. So I tried the Kilimani market, which happens on a Sunday. And the cost to that one is 500 Kenya shillings a day. But again, I sold nothing and I did not go back again. I decided to continue pushing for the Karen, if they get an opening, to get it. The other thing I did in June is I also went to Shamba Cafe. I discovered Shamba Cafe has a weekend market which happens every Saturday and Sunday. So I went knocking doors there as well. And fortunately, there was an opening and I was given a slot. So end of June, I started doing markets at Shamba Cafe. The last weekend of June was my first Shamba Cafe event. I think I did on a Sunday. The cost there is usually 1,000 Kenya shillings plus VAT. And you can book Saturday and Sunday, or you can book Saturday, not come on Sunday, or you can book Sunday and not come on Saturday. They're flexible like that. So in July, I finally got accepted for, I think it was just for a day at Organic Farmers Market. They said there was an opening for a day, but they were not sure if that particular vendor was going to be coming back or they were leaving. So they gave me that opportunity to be on that day. It was more like, come test the market. If you like it, now we know you like it and we are going to be more intentional about getting you a space. So I went, and that particular day I got a very nice position. So I sold a bit. The thing with Organic Farmers Market in Karen, it has regular clientele. So you'll find like over, should I say 70% are usually the same people every Saturday. It happens on Saturday from 8 to about 5 in the evening. And about over 70% of clientele in that place are the same one every Saturday. So you need to be consistent in showing up. They need to know you. They need to relate with you. There's that with Organic Farmers Market where people start building a rapport with you, with your products, and then now they'll be buying from you. So the experience of a first day, second day does not really tell you whether this market is going to work or not. So I went that time, and then they said they will let me know if they get an opening. And in August, they gave me and a friend a shared space, which we were alternating. So now from, let me say, from end of June, I stopped doing the once a month markets and I focused on every weekend markets. The other thing I did is I signed off from doing event markets. If the market is not specific for a market, a pop-up market or organic market, I am not going for any sherehe events. that add a market onto them. That one I said no. So we are now in September. Every alternate Saturday, I woke up to go to Organic Farmers Market in Karen. And for the every Sunday, I was at Shamba Cafe Market. So I was editing this video and I realized I left out one market that happened in November. The market that happened in November is one of those you have to apply. So this market is organized by the parents of the school, and it happens, I think it is the last of the markets in their calendar. They have two types of markets. They have the Organic Farmers Market, and that one, people apply, you get a slot, they'll let you know whether your application passed, and it goes for the entire year. But this particular one is called Christmas Fair. It is the last market of the school. And the purpose of this is more like Christmas shopping before people go for their holidays and back home, because it's an international school. So I got a slot there. And this is a very well organized market. I just hope this year I will be approved. Very well organized, marketing and communication done extremely well. So I went for that one, and it was such a huge success because everybody is always looking forward to this market. So you've got the school parents, you've got the students, you've got the teachers, you've got their friends and their families. So it's a whole big community that is always looking forward to do shopping at the end of the year in this market. Yeah, and that is the market I had left out. So let's continue. It's time for me to tell you my favorite market out of all. Can you guess? So my favorite market out of all this is Shamba Cafe. And why is Shamba Cafe my favorite market? Number one is the consistency. Shamba Cafe markets are open every Saturday and Sunday. There are no changes, not unless the weather happens and they will send us a message and say, oh, the weather is not looking good, because they don't offer sheltered space. So they always send a message and say the weather is not looking good, so it's advisable not to come. And so if you choose to go and it rains, that's upon you. You've been warned in advance. The other reason that would make Shamba Cafe not have a market, which was rare, is if the venue is booked for an event. But because they have an event ground, I think we only had one event that needed to use the space that we use for the market. Consistency is one of the reasons why Shamba Cafe is my favorite. Second reason why Shamba Cafe is my favorite is organic traffic. The clientele at Shamba Cafe is loyal and very intentional. Like, it's a very nice family restaurant. And for that reason, it serves people with young families. So every weekend, there is enough, if the weather is good, people who have brought their kids out. There are other activities that happen there by other vendors. There's a vendor who does painting. There's a vendor who does this thing that they model with, the kids model with. There's a vendor who does glass art. And I'm also there with my yarn craft. So there are engaging activities for the children, which is very attractive to young families. Secondly is that families also bring other friends and relatives, like for birthdays and sometimes just family getting together. So there's always new people who haven't been to Shamba Cafe every weekend. So the traffic, the clientele is very organic, loyal people, and intentional. Makes it a beautiful market. The third reason why Shamba Cafe is my favorite market is how thoughtful they are with the pop-up market or the weekend market. because it's in a restaurant, they do have they do understand that vendors may not be spending on lunch, coffee, and tea from the main restaurant because it's a bit pricey. And you are there for business, you're not really there for fun. So they have an option for us where we get meals that are way cheaper, way affordable, but still very good quality and delicious food. So they're very thoughtful about us vendors. And that makes Shamba Cafe my favorite market. So in a nutshell, 2025 has exposed me to a number of markets, different markets with different lessons. It has also taught me that I don't have to be everywhere or to go everywhere. I just need to be where my people are. That's it. It has been a year of school fees, but the graduation, wow, that feels so good. So, having shared my story of the markets of 2025, what are your plans for markets 2026? I would love to hear what your plans are for 2026 market. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so, because this year I'm going to bring you a lot about markets. I have so much to share with you. This is just a recap. We are going into deeper conversations about markets this year. I'd like to say bye for now. Ciao, ciao for now. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give it a thumbs up if you like the content. If there are lessons you have learned from my experience 2025, please let me know in the comment section. And until the next video, mwah, na walombo tu.